Hi, my name's Aaron Novelin and I'm from Calgary, Alberta, born and raised. Calgary boy, city boy. You know what, guide school has always kind of been on my mind the last couple of years. And I really didn't place it as maybe a priority in my my life at that time to take this. But as getting my own boat, spending more time on the river and going out with friends, family, and looking at becoming a little more proficient on the river and being able to float in a safer manner, be a little more prepared.
My name's Connor Hamilton, born and raised in Calgary, Alberta. I've just been fishing the bow for kind of my whole life, and just through word of mouth and kind of through social media, I've heard about the school and just what it's doing for the fishing community and the guiding community and how it's helping out so many guys, and I've always just been interested in it and wanted to learn more, meet more guys.
My name's Steve Lyle. I am from Olds, Alberta. I think as I've gone further along the road of fly fishing, I've become probably a bit of a fishing nerd, which I love and embrace. It's fun to educate yourself in things that to me don't really matter in my day-to-day, but I find fascinating. So that growth is what I'm looking to build on.
Name's Keenan Vine. I live in Bowness in Calgary, right off the Bow River, and I grew up in Medicine Hat, Alberta, just west of Medicine Hat, Alberta, and on a cattle ranch there, and moved to Calgary about 10 years ago. Yeah, I think more technical knowledge, obviously, of the Bow River and fly fishing, the industry in general. And for me, it's a lot about the community and building that community in an industry that I love so much. And coming from the rodeo industry and having that community kind of all my life, it's just been an interesting challenge trying to build that within the fishing industry. So that's probably one of the bigger things for me.
All right, where I grew up and I messed that all up.
That's okay.
What's my name? My name is where I grew up. Okay, yeah. So my name is Mike Ritzko. Born in Claresholm, moved to Calgary around 8 years old, and lived in the southeast along the Bow River, and always enjoyed that lifestyle on the water as much as we could. I heard about the guide school. I was just walking along the river bank, and I believe the guide school floated on by me, and I asked a couple questions, and I was given, the fella took the moment out of their day to just give me 10 seconds of their time to say, here's what we're doing, and here's how we're doing it, and here's how to find us. And then he went 100% back to what he was doing. It was that, take a moment of your time to talk to a new person and introduce yourself briefly but completely. A couple of things I hope to get out of this week is to make my time on the water safer, I guess, you're kind of out of cell service, you're disconnected from the people, and you're also disconnected from a support system to help you out if things do go wrong. So it's learning how to do this, enjoy the time, and still make it out in one piece.
Well, my name's David Keys. I'm currently living in Cochrane, just north of Cochrane, Alberta. Originally raised in Camrose, Alberta. So I originally heard through some folks that I was fly fishing with. They recommended yourself and Dana, and that's how I reached out to you. Kind of word of mouth, reputation. So my main driver for the course is really to become proficient and safe with a drift boat. I have seen examples of where people are on the river, and it's pretty evident that they don't necessarily have the skills or the abilities to be on the river with a drift boat. So that's really my main driver. My next step in my fishing journey is to get a drift boat, and I think there's a level of responsibility that we as people who bring people onto the river have to be proficient and safe with it.
My name is Mark Smallbones. I grew up all over Alberta, ultimately graduated in Port Macleod, and I currently live in Lethbridge. A buddy of mine took this course here previously. I was looking around at guide schools, and he highly recommended this one. So here I am. first thing is just my fishing IQ. I grew up fishing, like I've said, before YouTube, before a lot of this stuff. So it's just a lot of I don't know all the wordings and all that stuff. I just know through trial and error. So I want to bring up just my fishing IQ in general. And with that drift boat, I've never been on a drift boat, never operated a drift boat, so that's going to be all new. And ultimately, I just want to learn, just take it all in and relax and enjoy the time.
My name's Cole Fitzsimmons. I'm a fish and wildlife officer based out of the Calgary district. That's what happens when you build that relationship with the game wardens, because we're out there just like you guys. We're out there every day. So yeah, we're all after the same deal. You guys are after to catch fish, and I'm after to catch bad guys. So they're keeping fish.
Sometimes I will front row the boat, right, to keep those guys exactly where I want them, right? If it's a small area and I want them to hit it again, I can slow down and say, okay guys, pick up that nymph rig once it's through, cast way up above it, right? Get it all set up, men. Watch that indicator as it goes through there, wait.
So when we were talking about ferry angle before, don't orientate yourself to the banks to figure out your ferry angle. Orientate yourself to the current.
If you've got, someone twist an ankle and they're, 500 yards in the bush, right? You have to be able to mitigate getting them back to the truck. You're gathering all this information, right? And then you say, okay, when you put down the fly, I want you to rod tip down and I want you to pull in that slack as it comes towards you.
Understanding that that's important, that's a big part of the experience, but it should never, like Quinn said, is like overdo the fishing.
So one other thing there, Mark, I want you to think about, you feel that thumb hole on the end of the oar? Yep. Always make sure that your thumb's centered, because what that does is it evens out your blade. So as you see how your blade's kind of sideways there, bring it on your left oar. There it is, now it's perfect. That's the angle we want them to be at all the time. So keep your thumb in there, and that kind of is your telling factor.
The last thing you want to be doing is so focused on that victim that you end up, pinning your boat on a rock or something like that, and now you and your clients are in the water because your boat's flipped, right? And that like just screenshot or that photo, it'll mark the time, it'll mark the location. Like we can derive some info even if it's of the bottom of the boat kind of thing, right?
I mean, that was probably a big part for me, was like the ahas. You're in a group of 7 people of students, and then you take all the instructors. You probably sometimes could make 2 or 3 good connections in a group. You don't know, but I truly felt that everybody connected, and not just me with a bunch of people. I felt like it was a pretty tight-knit group, and that was an important thing for me too.
Every day of guide school, you probably learn and gain enough that you wouldn't figure out in a whole year on your own. It was, I would say, the look on Brent's face every time he hooked fish, and we'd all be excited, and he'd lose and hook and lose, and then when we finally got one on, got to fight it for a bit, and the energy level he had was incredible. Like, I didn't cast a rod all day today, but it was awesome to watch that. That was awesome to be part of that.
Yeah, like I had a blast with all the instructors, the students. Just learning a lot. And again, we say it, you say it on the course and through some of the courses and life's journeys, we can't say it enough for that. Life is short, man. You know what? We fall down, we pick ourselves up, and we got to keep going.
Oh, I loved it. I honestly would rather be on the oars seeing other guys catch fish than me being the fisherman. Because I'm like, I love it. I love seeing people, be happy. Yeah. And watching Lucas today, like he was like, man, like this is nice. Like so halfway through the day, and he's just ram jammy, love to go, and he's just like, oh, like I don't even care if I catch anything. I just love being out here. And I was like,
awesome.
That's
you did
perfect.
your job.
Mm-hmm.
All the stuff that you learn here, whether you're going to be a guide or not, I think it just could advance you as an angler and as a steward of the river light years. So to me, that really is what I took out of it, is like, man, I could just be such a better advocate for angling, for the river system, for the fish, from all the knowledge that we gained here.
And an honest thank you to you and to Troy and the guys that have helped me out. I really, really appreciate the time you spent with me, and you know, the constructive correction that you gave me. And I think with that, you know, if you apply what you guys are telling you,
it works.
It works.
It weirdly works.
Yeah, it weirdly works. Yeah.
I want to get better. I want to be safer. I want to, whatever opportunities this can bring. I knew this is, you know, there's something else behind this, and this is that step forward. Yeah.